Hey everyone, today on Movies Never Betray You, we are stepping into the cockpit to revisit Top Gun, a film that defined a generation, turned Tom Cruise into a superstar, and gave us some of the most iconic aerial combat sequences ever put on screen. Directed by Tony Scott and produced by Jerry and Don Simpson, Top Gun became a cultural phenomenon when it released. It starred Tom Cruise as Pete Maverick Mitchell, a young naval aviator with unmatched flying talent and a rebellious streak. The movie was more than just a story about fighter pilots, it was a showcase of US Navy aviation, a romantic drama, a buddy story, and a tragic journey of loss and growth. The combination of incredible aerial sequence and unforgettable soundtrack and youthful energy made Top Gun a landmark film that still resonates today. The story follows Maverick and Goose as they are selected for the Navy's elite training program known as Top Gun. Their mission to become the best of the best in air combat training. From the beginning, Maverick stands out, not just for his skills but for his reckless confidence. He is cocky, fearless, and constantly pushing the limits, which both impresses and frustrates his superiors. Maverick finds a rival in Iceman, a pilot who values precision and discipline over raw instinct. Their competition is intense, but it pushes Maverick to become a better aviator. In mid of training, Maverick begins a romance with Charlie, a civilian and instructor. Their relationship is complicated by Maverick's stubborn, but the heart of the movie lies in Maverick's bond with Goose, his loyal wingman. Their friendship provides the emotional anchor of the story until tragedy strikes. During a training exercise, Goose dies in a tragic accident, leaving Maverick broken, guilty, and questioning everything. The climax comes when Maverick and Iceman are called into the real-world combat mission. Maverick must face his fears, reclaim his confidence, and prove himself not just as a great pilot, but as a leader. In the end, he overcomes his grief, earns Iceman respect, and truly becomes Top Gun. So, why does Top Gun never betray its audience? Let's break it down. Tom Cruise star power. This was the movie that made Tom Cruise a household name. His charisma, intensity, and vulnerability as Maverick created one of the cinema's most iconic characters. The aerial sequences. Shot with real Navy fighter jets, the dogfights and training exercise remain breathtaking. Even decades later, the film's realism and style set a new standard for action filmmaking. Emotional core. Goose, that is one of the most heartbreaking moments in 80s cinema. It gives the story emotional depth, forcing Maverick and the audience to confront the cost of recklessness and the weight of responsibility. Rivalry and brotherhood. The Maverick-Iceman rivalry is classic. It starts as hostility but evolves into respect, showing how competition can forge greatness. Soundtrack legacy. From Danger Zone to Take My Breath Away, the soundtrack became just as iconic as the film. It defined the 80s and still pumps adrenaline today. Some critics at the time felt the story was thin, the romance was underdeveloped, and the film served more as Navy propaganda than drama. But here's the thing, Top Gun was never just about plot. It was about energy, spectacle, and character. And that's why it worked. Here's why Top Gun belongs in this series. It's exciting, emotional, and endlessly rewatchable. It promises you thrilling action, a heroic journey, and unforgettable characters. And it delivers all of that with style. It doesn't just entertain, it inspires. For many, it sparked a fascination with aviation, discipline, and courage. That's what makes Top Gun a movie that never betrays you.